Yo, Coach Marshall kicking knowledge, higher ed collage, mind open wide, thoughts bridge the mileage, whistle round the neck, wisdom in the flex, podcast vibes, breaking through the plex. From court to the board, lessons never hoard, grit and grind hustle, hear that lion's roar. More than a coach, stories to encroach, life's game plan, he the master with the approach. More than a coach, Coach Marshall be the guide, lessons for life, take it all in stride. Podcast dropping gems, knowledge nationwide, together we rise, unity can't divide. Life's more than X's and O's, destiny's composed, breaking every chain, no limits to the flows. Strategy and passion, top tier fashion. Marshall on the mic, lights, camera, action. Heart of a lion, vision of an eagle, breaking every barrier, lessons truly regal. Court to the world, dreams unfurl, guided by a mentor for every boy and girl.
Man, Saginaw. When you had the paper.
Success in the playbook, more than just luck, hard work, determination, climbing to the peak. Podcast revolution, fire and solution. Coach Marshall leading the mental evolution.
Yeah, it really was. These fears that you have, the keywords, you automatically think God taught this.
What's up, y'all? This your boy, Coach Marshall, coming back to you with another More Than a Coach podcast. Tonight, y'all, I told y'all it was going to be special. Interview been in pause for a minute, but we making it happen today. So, y'all, tonight, I got a legend from my old high school, my home, Saginaw, Michigan, Buena Vista Knights, Mr. Shoun Randolph. But before I bring him in, y'all know I got to do my house things and let everybody know what's happening. So let me get right to it, y'all. Tonight's show is sponsored by Marshall Media Group, LLC, where we do podcasting shows, educational materials, as well as music shows. So y'all can check the website out, www.marshallmediagroupllc.com. If you need us to promote your show, promote you, anything, reach out to me. We got it happening, y'all. As well, make sure on Sundays, y'all check out the Mr. and Mrs. Marshall podcast, where it's all about life, love, and relationships. Me and my wife sit down, have conversations with people and ourselves, and we deal with a lot of things. So y'all make sure y'all check it out for sure. And always, you can find our podcast on all these platforms as well as all the other major platforms in the city and throughout. So y'all make sure y'all do that, and y'all go and check out Mr. Danye Jones. It's Something Every Day podcast. It plays every Thursday night. Actually, I just watched it earlier today, y'all. Another good episode. Keep up the good work, my brother. Salute you. Another BV night. Also, I'm proud to say that I'm an ambassador of Habits 365 Clothing. Y'all make sure y'all check them out online. Go out there and support, as well as go get your outfit for the day, y'all, or sometime to wear. So tonight, I'm going to jump into this, y'all, real quick, and I'm going to bring this intro video in, and then I'm going to bring in my guest. He probably going to sit back and say, where he get this stuff from? But, man, this is something that's bringing in my guest tonight, y'all. So y'all check this out.
From 16, off the mark. Battle for the board. Look at Randolph. Sky and at the top. Bowles gives back to Randolph. Oh, is he tough in traffic?
Randolph with 12. Ladies, we are 5-5 with 3:45 to go in the first half of play between Beecher and Buena Vista. This is Buena Vista. Shoun Randolph
inside for the hoop.
So as y'all see, man, hey, that was just, I think, his senior year when we won our state title off of Mr. Shoun Randolph, y'all. So tonight, I got to let you know he's a 1987 graduate of the mighty BV Knights. He's a full-time varsity player, all-state Class B player, and a state champion, where he then went on to attend Temple University, where he played for the legendary coach John Chaney and earned his degree there. Y'all, please help me welcome to the More Than the Coach show, Mr. Shoun Randolph. What's happening, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, good brother? How you?
Man, all right, and I'm blessed, man, to have you on. I hope I got everything right in the intro, man. You know, you was
Yeah,
like a
you're 90% correct, so that's good. You know what I
okay.
mean?
What I
I
missed though,
take 90% anywhere, so that's
man,
good, brother.
man. Well, you know what you been up to these days, bro?
Just working hard, man. I'm still in Philadelphia. I never left. Just working hard, man. Trying to make ends meet, man, and
Yeah,
trying to, you know, eke out a nice, comfortable living. You know, the older
yeah.
you get, the more comfortable you want to be, man.
That's it
I just
too.
want to be comfortable, man, relax, laid back. I'm not looking for no kind of excitement at all.
Mm-hmm. I
You know what
feel
I
you.
mean? Go to work, come home, brother. That's it, man.
I
That's
feel
it.
you, man. Yeah, and now you see you in Philly, man. You got that big Philly beard growing.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was, oh man, this whole little football season, bro. I was, because I love my Lions. I'm
hmm
always gonna love my Lions. But I'm in Philly, and I think
Yeah,
everybody know Philly fans. So you
yeah,
gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta sort of roll with them too. You know
yep.
what I mean? So I would wear my little Lion shirts and my little, yeah, I mean. But at the same time, I got my Phillies, I got my Eagles stuff too, man.
Okay,
So
ain't
you
nothing
know what I
wrong with
mean?
that. It would have
Yeah.
been a big dilemma for you if they would have faced each other.
Oh, brother. I
Man,
was sitting there watching the game. I was hurt and kind of happy at the same time.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because we fought so hard to finally get recognized, and then to
yeah,
show up and then not show up the way we didn't show up. I
yeah,
defense, no defense, I don't care, man.
yeah.
You show up,
You
man. You know
show
what
up.
I mean? That's
That's
that
true.
that just that was
Hmm.
very disappointing. So that made it a little easier to cheer the Eagles on when they played
Yeah,
the Skins, especially when they played the Skins. So
yeah. Hey, look, I can't complain, man. I'm a Cowboy fan through and through. So
okay,
we
okay.
suck the
Well,
last
here, you wouldn't make it long here, brother.
no, man.
You
I'm
wouldn't
over
make it long
here.
here at all, Kev.
No,
You
they
would,
hate the Cowboys.
we talking when we say hate,
Yeah,
Eagles hate Dallas.
yeah.
Eagles fans hate Dallas
Yeah.
fans. It's just the way it is.
Hey,
Yeah, I
look,
mean,
I will remember my little cousin got drafted by the Eagles a few years ago, and we went to a training camp down in Pittsburgh or wherever it was at, somewhere in Pennsylvania. And
yeah,
man, I never forget, I had on some cowboy shorts, but we had an Eagle training camp, and he came right to me and he was like, "Take these and go to the bathroom and change." And
yeah,
I ended up putting on some Eagle shorts, and I was
yeah.
like, afterwards when we was eating, he was like, "Man, don't ever do that." He said,
Don't,
first
yeah.
thing one of them said was, "Who was that you talking to with them cowboy shorts on?" But while he was there, I was an Eagle guy. You
Right,
know,
right, 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 right,
you
right,
know,
right,
but when
right,
he
right. It is deep, man, because that to me is missing in a lot of sports now. That
yeah,
level of
hmm,
listen, man. We didn't like Beecher. We didn't like Bridgeport. We just didn't like them, and
mm-hmm,
that just made the games more exciting. Now, man, at the end of the games, everybody hugging, trading jerseys, and I
yeah,
just can't get into it.
yeah,
I try, you know what I mean, because I love the game, but it's
mm-hmm,
hard, man, because you want to see the competitiveness. You want to see them not like each other, but not like each other. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Especially when you're playing like, dude, I'm not helping nobody up. I'm not
hmm,
doing none of that, bro.
that's
If I
right.
knocked your butt on the ground, it's because you came through the middle. Simple as that. Like it's not hard, but everything now to me is just so soft. It's
Mm-hmm,
it's it's tapered down. It's we want to protect this image. We want to protect that image. Man, these dudes is athletes, man.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And that's
absolutely.
what they know, man. Of course, they
Mhm,
try to negotiate the rest of life and trying to fit in and not make too many waves. But at the same time, man, these dudes is athletes.
yeah,
This is what they work on. They work on their craft. That's like telling an IT person, hey, listen, man, you're not gonna be able to do this. No, you gotta let people flow. You gotta allow them to do what they want to do. You look at like I'm watching now the playoffs, and I can't wait to see the Thompson twins, the one in Detroit and the one in Houston.
Yeah,
brother, listen, man.
yeah,
As far as athletes go, these dudes are they amazing, man, to me.
yeah.
Just that athletic skill and how they trying to hone it but they play D
Yeah,
first.
they
Like
play
you
deep
can't
first.
even teach that to young people no more,
Nope.
man.
That-
You know what I mean? I remember, Coach Reed, man, we might not touch a ball. Real conversation. We may not touch the ball, brother. You know what I mean? We doing our slides. We working on, increasing our strength, our bodies. We everything. And the last thing we worked, was, working with the ball or whatever. So for me, man, looking at these young guys, man, it's amazing, man. The athletic skill these brothers have, man.
Yeah.
You think I thought I was athletic. Man, these guys a whole nother level, man.
Yeah.
Whole
But
nother
Sean,
level, man.
you
And
was a different athlete back in our days, though. You know what I'm saying? It was
yes,
something like people would be
yes.
like, "How did he do that?"
Right,
I can
right.
remember gym time just watching y'all put on your own dunk contest,
Yes,
and
yes,
because
yes.
y'all really never showed it too much in games. Y'all did it, and everybody used to be amazed, like, "Wow!" So no,
I
you
think
was.
though, I think one time we played Menominee uh way up, and I think I got it and I tapped it off the backboard and dunked it in backwards, and everybody went crazy. And after that, bro, it was we love that, but we're more of a structured team.
Yeah,
So you know what I
yeah,
mean? We're more of a structured team. So
yeah,
we were very, very, very structured
yeah,
from the time Coach Reed got there. I mean, our lunch breaks,
yeah.
everybody that went to school with us noticed. You know what I mean? Our
Mhm,
lunch breaks were structured. We were together. We ate together. We sat together.
mhm.
Man, it to be honest with you, I'm gonna be very honest. That's probably, as far as being around in a group or in groups, that's probably the most love I've ever felt in my
Wow,
life.
wow,
Is
that's
back
something.
then. Was
Wow,
back
that's
then,
something.
man. These brothers, Charles Green and David Jones, and
Mhm.
just hard, just working hard, man. Just
Yeah,
just giving it everything we had, man. And it was amazing, man, what we were able to accomplish, man.
yeah,
And then, people don't really like to talk about it, but we won our state championship without our leading scorer and our best player.
that's right.
People don't like to bring that up. They don't want to
Nope.
talk about it. Why? I have no clue. But
Yeah,
when I talk to people at home, yeah, y'all won it. Yeah, we won it. But at the same time, we won it without our best player.
yeah,
How many of the teams after us could have won without their best player? So to
none.
me, that was a tribute to people like Michael Jackson, who
Yeah,
stepped in huge, man.
huge.
Eric Henderson stepped up big, man.
Yep.
Of course, Chris, man. Chris was just Chris.
Yeah.
To me, it's been two people that I said, maybe people don't understand the role of a point guard.
Mm.
Chris Coles, hands down, bro, is one of the best point guards I've ever played with, been around. And it just amazing. And the next
Yeah.
one was Howie Evans. I played with him at Temple.
Okay.
Howie was amazing, man. Great point guard, bro. Just,
Mm.
I guess it didn't translate to what they were looking for in the league or whatever.
Mhm.
But when you talk about and Damon Lowry,
Yeah.
those three dudes ran the point guard position amazing. Man, it was things that I'm sure if Mark was here, he would say, we didn't have to worry about. We just didn't have to worry about. We just had to get to our spots. And then once we got to our spots, man, the ball was there. It was there properly on time, right
Yeah.
in your wheelhouse. You could do your thing. So as much as it is for me to say, yeah, you know, that was a great time and I accomplished a lot individually, man. None of this could have happened.
Yeah.
None of this would have happened without those brothers, man. And you know, I don't think they get recognition. I don't think they get they're just dues, because I think it gets caught up in how long ago it was. You know what I mean? And at the same time, without starting any shit, Mark wasn't there. Like, I mean, Mark wasn't there, so it wasn't the same, dude. It wasn't the same.
That's true.
It was that before, when people found out, they didn't give us a snowball's chance in hell, man.
Yeah.
Nobody, true. Brother. Nobody. I mean, I'm being honest. I think the only people who really thought we could win was us.
That's right.
It was the people in that locker room, man.
Yeah.
And I even think some of us had a little bit of trepidation, man. Because you're going against Derek Coleman, man. And I don't think people remember or understand. Yeah, Beecher was the championship, but we had to get through Derek Coleman now.
Yeah, and
at this time, man,
that was probably a better game anyway. To check.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, and I mean, he was talking mad junk. Who's Mark making? Who's this? Do all this stuff. And then when Mark came out with that boot on, man, everybody was like, "What in the hell is going on?"
Yeah,
and we stood tall. We stood tall. We stood tall. You know, and that was my junior year. That wasn't even my senior. That was Eric and Chris and John Jackson. That was their senior year, but that was my junior year. Yeah. So man, that's why I said 90%. You was 90% correct. But man, the fact that we were able to do that, man, against people who, I mean, they were our nemesis.
Yeah.
I mean, we met them. The game the year before was insane, and then the year before that, I think with Archie was crazy. Like, so to finally get over that hump and to do it in the fashion that we did, like I said, without our best player, without somebody who went on to go to the NBA, somebody who definitely tore college up. He ripped college a new one. I was right there with him, man. Mark ripped college a new one, bro. They hadn't seen nothing like him.
No.
Mark was shaking, baking, Mark making. Think about that, bro.
That's right.
And to run out there with him, to play with him, to hold, to have his hand, man. Like, I rode off of that, man. And, I think people didn't understand our love or the love I have for him. Yeah. Because a lot of people thought I was jealous. A lot of people thought I was, just jealous, to be honest with you. I heard that a lot.
Yeah.
And then I heard reasons why I should be jealous a lot. I'm like, y'all don't know what we go through in this gym.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know the pain and the tears and the sweat that we put in, man. Listen, bro. It was truly, we wanted one of us to make it.
Yeah.
And everybody put in to make sure that one of us made it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's truly what it was, man.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Mark. Everybody put into Mark. Everybody did everything they could to make Mark better and themselves better. So when we lost him, it was shocking.
Yeah.
It was a little depressing. But it also brought us together, man.
Yeah.
Because I got tired of hearing that, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I got tired of hearing, oh, y'all gonna get blown out. Y'all ain't got Mark. And it was only for a day. but it was a day too long for me, man. Look, I don't know who y'all think I am.
Exactly.
But I'm, I mean, damn.
Yeah.
You know, what about Chris?
That's right.
Chris was balling.
Yeah.
Like I understood it, but it was hard to accept.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I don't know people and their kids and their situations, but like it's almost like you pour everything into your child, you raise them, you know what I mean, and then you know what I mean. I'm going through that here now with my daughter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I got two beautiful children in Saginaw. You know, my son and my oldest daughter. You know what I mean? Love them to death. Didn't have the best relationship with them. 99% my fault. 99% my fault.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And 1% is I grew to dislike Saginaw.
Wow.
I grew to dislike Saginaw.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like at the end of my senior year, all I wanted to do was get out of Saginaw. Bro, I ain't even gonna fake it.
Damn.
That was just get out of Saginaw, man.
Wow.
You know, I felt like after that state championship, I felt like me and Coach, we didn't vibe no more.
Okay.
We just didn't vibe no more.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was him. I don't know if it was me. But if you look at my senior year, you could see.
Yeah.
We didn't vibe no more, man. And for me, I'd already signed to go to Temple.
Okay.
And me and Mark had went and visited Temple. And the first thing they said to me when I got off the plane and walked in, they was like, damn, we thought you was taller. We thought you was bigger. I'm like, damn, okay. So we go and we play, and I do okay, but not me.
Yeah.
These dudes, 6'10", 7 foot.
Yeah.
So when I go back, my thing is, okay, I'm already behind the 8 ball. I'm 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
Maybe Stevie Thompson. Maybe maybe my man Ray Jackson.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But they were extreme talents.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they could sort of play that dunker spot that, you know what I mean, in college. You know what I mean? But I needed more guard skills. You know, and I going into my senior year that summer, I was kicked out of the gym. I never really got it, you know, and I was, you know, how we raised.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're a child, you go with the adult tell you.
Yep.
You don't really question that.
That's true.
You know, and I wish I would have. I wish I would have stood up for myself at that time and said, hey, man, what did I do? You know, what is it that I'm not doing? What is it that you want me to do or I should be doing so I can have access to this so I can improve on my game?
Exactly.
You know, I've heard, you know, I'm not going, you know, I saw Daye's podcast with Coach, and he said I was worried about Mark too much.
Yeah.
And I disagree. I totally disagree. I was worried about Shoun.
Exactly.
And the questions I asked him were about Shoun. Like, Coach, when we going to start working on guard skills? That's why you want to do what Mark do? I don't want to do what Mark do.
Yeah.
But I want to work on my guard skills so that maybe I'll have a chance.
That's right.
You know, when I get to Temple. Maybe I don't got to be a 6'3" big man in college. You know? And I'm not talking dirty because I have nothing but respect.
Oh, yeah.
But I just didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And then especially at 17, 18 years old, man, we all make mistakes. And I thought that, you know, if you felt like I made a mistake, then you should have pulled me to the side.
That's right.
Hey, Shoun, what's going on, brother? We gearing up to go do this. It was almost like we won the state championship and poof. That was it.
Wow. See, I never knew all that.
Yeah, it's like nothing. I'm just being. It wasn't poured. I'm gonna be real. It wasn't poured into me.
Yeah.
Not like I felt I had deserved or earned, and maybe I am over exaggerating my contributions, but I didn't think so. I thought that I contributed a lot to those teams that I was on.
Oh yeah.
And I thought that if it was an opportunity for me to better myself, change my game, work on my game, improve my game, I'm coming to you. Man, I'm with Shaun Matthews them, bro. Right at Clater, man. That's how I spent my summer before I left.
Wow.
Like that hurt, dude. Like that to me, like that was like a damn. And nothing against Shaun them, because Shaun them ball.
Yeah.
But bruh, I should have been working on individual skills, individual moves, a 40-day plan. I'm trying to do the 40-day plan as best I can at Clater. I'm trying my best, hoping, but I needed that little intricate part of it. Hey, Shaun, you're doing this, but you really need to, lower your shoulder and man, I just didn't get it. I mean, and I'm not talking bad, and I could be part of the reason why I didn't get it, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I'm 17, 18 years old, dude.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
You still need leadership.
Yeah. Don't just cast me to the side. Like I don't know, man. For me, it brings up a lot of great but sore feelings at the same time.
Yeah. Well, now I see it though. I said now I see it. Why we really never seen you at home in Saginaw.
Yeah, bro. I had no brother. I was sour. I'm starting to get better. As far as me thinking, okay, I could run home. You know what I mean? You see Johnny, you see Mark, you see all these cats, Terrence, Robe, all them dudes, man. And it just for me, man, that stabbed me in my heart.
Yeah.
In my heart, because if you ever been in our gym in the summer, you know what it is, bro.
I know.
Bro, it's just hard work. And I needed that, man. I needed that so bad, man. And that was taken away from me. And I just I just never understood it. So like I said, it gave me a very sour feeling towards Saginaw.
Yeah, I understand that. And you're right.
Yeah. And then they still don't want to put me in the damn Saginaw Hall of Fame. So that's another one. I mean, I don't know what the criteria is, but I think I would have hit it. I was close to hitting it. Dang, like
probably should have been there.
Yeah, so it's just little things like that. So I had to, as you see, this gray. So this is wisdom and maturity. So I realized you gotta let them things go, man.
That's right.
You gotta let them go, man. And I talked to Coach about a month and a half ago, and I expressed some of those things to him. And he's, we went back and forth, and we talked like men, and I appreciated him for that. And I love him to death, man. I love that dude, man. Like, because he gave me the blueprint.
Yeah.
If nothing else, he got me the blueprint. He gave me opportunities, situations that I never saw coming, dude. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. You know what I mean? I just gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Coming to Philadelphia opened my eyes to a whole nother world. Things that I was like, wow, like, damn, and I thought we were, I thought Saginaw, yeah, that was it, Man, you come to this city, brother, it's eye-opening. It's you got to be on your toes every day.
Okay.
You got to be on your toes every day. But I thank my parents. Oh, I thank them so much, man, because they got me ready.
Yeah.
They got me ready to survive in any environment, any situation. They got me ready, man. So I appreciate everything they did, man. And then Coach got me ready as far as toughness. as far as not allowing anybody to just do what they want to do to you, as so that's why I was able to still play at 6'3", 6'4", meaningful minutes too, and contribute and be able to not just spend 4 years on the bench. That was not my goals or my intentions when I left Saginaw and came here to Philadelphia. So it is looking back, man, I wouldn't trade 1 second.
Wow.
I'm gonna be very honest with you.
Man.
I would have. I looking back, I should have came home more. I would have got some of the love that I think I was missing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I left, and I came back once or twice, maybe 3 times since I left, man. To be honest with you,
I tell you though, it's a lot of people talk about you still, and this one of the things everybody always tell me when I was talking about having you on the podcast. They was like, man, Shoun Randolph and Chester Searles was 2 of the biggest unsung heroes that ever played at BV. Because y'all did so much. We know, even though we had Chris, Eric and Mike and them helped and played their role, but we wouldn't have won that state championship without you.
Right.
And then Chet, he had T-Road and Sid around him, but he was the heart of that team, those teams, So it's a lot of positive always talking about you. And even like I said, when people found out, man, you gonna have Shoun on there, what? Shoun gonna talk? I'm like, yeah. So up to about an hour ago, I got people like, what time is coming on? Oh, I gotta see that. So man, it's people here still love you, man, and got nothing but love for you and respect for you. I'm one of them BV guys that I didn't hoop. I came in y'all gym one time and y'all ran for damn near 3 hours.
Yeah.
I never came back. I just stuck to football.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. That was. It's amazing, man, how much you can get out of your body when you have your mind right.
Yeah.
When your mind is right, man, your body can accomplish some amazing things, man. And our mental toughness, our physical toughness, I still carry that with me today, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To this day, I still carry that Saginaw attitude, and I think that's why I'm able to survive here.
Yeah.
I think if I was from anywhere else, bro, it's rough here, man.
Yeah.
But I love it here because it is truly my element. You know what I mean? I'm able to be me. I'm able to be Shoun. And that's not always soft or kind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it's rough. So here you're allowed to do that. You know what I mean? Here you're going to run into situations in which you're not going to have a choice. You're going to have to step up and stand up for yourself. And those early Saginaw years, man, I use them every day. I use them every day. Yeah, I use them every day. It is that Draymond and that mentality that we have that people don't get. I've seen that mentality, and it's going to sound weird. The only other place I've seen that type of mentality is like Marshawn Lynch, which is Oakland. Going to Oakland, brother, I was like, this could be Saginaw. This could be Saginaw very easily.
And that's funny you say that, because when he used to come here for Lamar Woodley camps. Man, he would come and go to the clubs like with nobody with him, and hang out at the after hour joints. I'm like, but like you said, he from Oakland, so
he from Oakland, brother. It's just certain places, man. That you're able to go anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Saginaw being small and little, but I'm able to go anywhere in the world, man, with pride, with my head up. And not ashamed of anything, man. And that's that Saginaw mentality, brother. That's that Saginaw, that Sag nasty attitude, man, that we have. And it never leaves you, man. If you're lucky, it never leaves you.
And
because it's helpful.
Smarter. That's right.
Yeah, it's helpful. Yeah, it's very helpful.
That is
it's helpful
true.
in the sense that it's times, man, where, it's situations, we grown. There's situations where I'm like, damn, I get myself in this. But because of how I grew up, where I'm from, how they were growing up, I know how to get out of this.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? And I do. So, man, it is thinking back on Saginaw. I owe it everything, man.
That's
I
cool.
truly do. I owe it everything.
That's
I owe it
cool.
everything. Yeah, because it molded me.
Yeah.
It molded me and it shaped me in a way and a fashion in which I could go anywhere. Like I see, like when I was on Facebook, I don't do social media, but when I was on Facebook, I would see us all over the country, man.
Yes.
Thriving.
Yeah.
Thriving, man.
Serious. That's true.
Thriving,
so
man.
true.
And that's just the way we're raised and brought up
Yep.
at home, man. It just is what it is.
Man, Shoun, I'll tell you, I was in Iraq. I said, I'll tell you, I was in Iraq. And we were at a hotel, and I ran into 5 people from Saginaw. 4 was from BV.
Wow.
And the hotel was so big, we all stayed in the same hotel and never seen each other until the day we already got ready to leave. And then he was like, so-and-so here, so we hurried up and got to see everybody, man. And you're right. It's just to see us even on the other side of the world during the wartime, that's a person from Saginaw.
Yeah.
So that's a blessing, man.
Isn't that a blessing, man?
It is.
And I try to explain it to my wife because she's from Philly and she's never been. So I got to take her. So because she's not going to get it until she steps foot in it. And I keep telling her that. She was like, well, "What, baby? I can't explain it, but I can tell you this: when you're there, it's going to impart some of itself on you.
Yeah.
Because we are small. We are sort of down home-ish.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I love that, man. Everybody say, "Oh, you gotta cut your accent." I gotta cut your accent. Okay, if you say so. But that's because I'm on the East Coast, and everybody here got that Philly drawl when they talk, brother. And they know that as soon as I start talking, oh no.
That's funny.
You're not from here. By the way, our enunciation, how we pronounce stuff, just little factors, man. Just that I love Saginaw, man.
That's right.
I love it. It's weird. I have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah. And I can see that too, especially dealing with what you went through as a youngster. And like you said, you hit it on the point. And being a basketball coach, I know, like you said, when them 17, 16-year-olds need that advice and you not there, I done lost 6 players since I've been a coach.
Wow.
And crazy part is I had conversation with all of them before that time happened.
Right.
And it hurt me as a coach, but it made me grow more to say, hey, you pour more into them kids.
Right.
And everything, So now I'm blessed to tell everybody, man, at least to get 70 kids in my 12-year stint in college, man, that's been a blessing.
Oh, brother, that is a blessing. Yeah, that's a major blessing, brother. Because we got to give back. You got to find a way to give back, man.
Yep.
You got to find a way to. If you leave with the knowledge you have and you don't pass it on to somebody else,
what was
what's the
for?
purpose? What's the purpose of gaining the knowledge? Like as Black people, man, we gotta stop this craziness. We gotta pass it on, man.
You got to.
Listen, bro, because he might take it and go further than you ever would have went.
That's right. That's the truth.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Like people think I be hurt or I'm upset. Of course, growing up, everybody got dreams. Want to play in the NBA. Want to play in the NBA. Everybody had those dreams if you play ball. And then you start to realize them in high school. Then you start to realize them in college. You either know or you don't know. And you got some people, who go undrafted and make it and all that stuff. But that takes a serious support group along with just that tenacity of this is what I want. And ain't nothing gonna stop me. I didn't have it. I didn't have this is what I want. When I had my first roadblock, Because it's
Wow.
also in my informative years. It's like, oh, wow, dark skin is all right. Like everywhere I went in Philadelphia, it was women at the bruh, it was too easy. Like I don't even know how to say it without sounding, you know what I mean? But it was just too
Yeah.
easy. So
Yeah.
that love that I was looking for from basketball, I didn't get it from basketball. I was getting it from the streets,
Okay.
from women,
Oh,
from situations, but not
yeah.
from ball anymore.
Okay.
Like that love for ball was gone. And I
Wow.
was just doing what I had to do to keep my scholarship.
Okay.
You know
I
what I
understand.
mean? To be honest with you, that
Yeah.
love after my sophomore year when I got a lot of playing time and then went right back to not playing again. What'd I do? Like, okay, because he's 6'6" and I'm 6'3". He's going to play and I'm not going to play.
Yeah.
And I was chaining.
Wow.
If you remember at one time, we had the tallest team in the country, college or NBA. That was with Mick, Mark Strickland, Donald Hodge, and Dwayne Carswell. We had the tallest team in the country.
Wow.
I don't know that everybody was used properly. You know?
Yeah. Dang.
You know, I don't know that everybody was used properly because I thought it was time. I definitely thought I should have played more.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely thought I should have played more. I definitely thought I could contribute more.
Okay.
And not having that opportunity hurt. So, like I
Yeah.
said, the love for the game was gone. Now
Yeah.
I'm just doing what I got to do to keep my scholarship. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To get to my 4 years, my 5 years, and get out of here. And whatever that took to do, I was going to be a chameleon and make that happen.
Yeah. I feel you. Did you ever
5:30
think
every
about
morning,
leaving?
brother, for 4 years.
Jeez.
5:30 every morning for 4
Every
years.
Yeah, I heard
Every
about
morning.
them. I heard
You
about
know,
them kind of practices, man.
yeah,
And that
you know, we
took
getting
discipline.
up and we there. We with it. And I'm talking 5:30, not you walking in the gym. 5:30, he's blowing the whistle. We're starting practice. So you really there at 5 because you got to get dressed. So 5:15, 5:20, you get some people running in at 5:25. But you know what that was? You running all day.
That's
You
right.
know, so
Wow.
I love it, man. I love it. I love the opportunity. I love the chances. I love the even if I didn't take full advantage of them.
Yeah.
It was options. It was situations. You know, I even had, you know, the Lions reach out to me my senior year here. You know, to I guess tight end, whatever they thought I might be able to do. Never
Man,
heard about it.
that's crazy.
But, you know, it's a lot of things that, you know, when you look back at the road you've walked, just your road, it's a lot of things that you kind of be like, why? You know, why?
That's true.
Why? You know, just and sometimes all you need is an opportunity.
Yeah. That's
Just
it.
a chance, man.
That's
Give me
it.
this chance. Just give it to me. You know,
That's
give
it.
me a chance. Let me see what it is. And there's a lot of people, man, who are so talented, who are so who could accomplish so much, but all they need is an opportunity.
That's
Them
it.
opportunities are far and few between, man. So when you get it, and now this was me, and this will be what I would say. When you get the opportunity, take full advantage of the opportunity. Don't think it's going to come back around because it may not. If you're there, you're able mentally, you're able physically, give it everything you got. Because you don't want to look back. Like sometimes I look back like, dang. I'd have just gave it a little bit more, you know, maybe, maybe even overseas or whatever. I didn't have that. I didn't have that interest in overseas though.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't have that interest. And I'd have had some crazy jobs. I wish I would have had that interest in overseas.
Man.
I'm telling you, bro, from throwing sheetrock to anything you could possibly think, I've done it, bro, just to make ends meet, man, just to survive, man.
Wow, that's
Just to,
something.
if the 55-year-old Shoun could tell the 17-year-old Shoun something, it will be like, take full advantage of your opportunities, man.
That's a powerful message.
Wholeheartedly. Do not let anybody creep in here.
Yeah.
With the negatives. You got. Nah, man. Do you at that particular time, man. Even if you got to fall back from people.
Yeah.
Even if you have to, say, hey, listen, man, y'all go ahead. I'll catch up with y'all. I got to go to the gym. I got to go to wherever, whatever your goals are.
Yeah.
Tackle it 100%, man. Just tackle it hard. Don't let it go. If it's really your dream, don't let it go. Don't let it go. Don't allow anybody to take away that love. Don't allow anybody to get in your head and put discouragement or man, I don't know if you could do that. You don't have to know if I can do it. I know I can do it. And that's what I've learned. The older Shoun has learned. And I wish I had that as a child, as a 17, 18-year-old, but I just didn't. I just didn't. I needed that support. I needed that little tush push, we from Philly. I'm from Philly. I needed that little tush push. You know what I'm saying? I really did. And I felt like, going back to Coach Reed or whatever, I felt like when I needed it the most, it wasn't there. It just wasn't there. So now I'm trying to do makeshift stuff. Like I said, I'm at Claytor with Shoun them, and I'm, they got me cutting, and I'm, and they trying, and they don't, they're not coach. They know how to play the game, but they don't know the game.
System. That's right.
Or even our system. Yeah. So if anybody remember my senior year, man, I learned to float along, man. I just floated along, man. I can't wait to get out of here, man.
Wow.
I can't wait to leave, bro. It was sour for me, man. It was real sour for me, man.
I never knew that, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think a lot of people didn't, because I'm not great. Never, never ever would I disrespect Coach. Everybody is not going to have great relationships with everybody they deal with. It's just not going to happen, no matter what you think, no matter how you think. And at 17, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at 17. I didn't have a clue. I'm thinking this man loves me no matter what, and whatever it takes to get the best out of me, that's what he's going to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I just don't feel like that's what I was given.
Well, I'll be honest, you're not the only former player that I heard that from. I know a couple guys, they got, like you said, mad love and respect, but they felt they didn't get that push over the top neither.
Yeah.
Like some people. So I got to ask you, was Temple always your first spot to go, or did you have other places?
No. Temple was, matter of fact, Temple wasn't even on the map for me or Mark, to be real with you. Temple came on the map because at this time you had George Raveling, John Chaney, George Thompson. Reed was extremely Afrocentric.
Yes.
at this time. Now, how he was after us, I don't know.
Mm.
But he wanted us to go to a black coach.
Okay.
Mark, I don't know what happened with Georgetown. I don't want to speak on that situation with him.
Yeah.
Temple was my only visit.
Wow.
I had schools from all over the country. But it was already, I didn't know. I had no clue. It was already set up. You're going to Temple.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I had no clue. And I was told this in the sense that I should be thankful that I'm going to Temple. And I didn't know no better. Looking back at it now, or wishing that, loving my parents, but their knowledge of this was limited. Wish they'd have been more involved.
Yeah.
Wish my dad would have said, nah, you're going to go visit another school.
Mm.
You ain't going to just visit Temple.
Okay.
I wish, you know what I mean, that would have happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do. I wish that would have happened. I wish it would have been like, hey, man, you know, we get what you're saying, coach. We respect all of that, but we need more options for Shoun.
Yeah.
Shoun is not Mark. Mark is going to walk in wherever he goes and he's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to be Shoun. We got to build Shoun up, and we got to send him somewhere where they're going to build him up as well, where he's not going to be part of a package.
There it is. Wow. That's
you know what I'm saying? And I don't, you know, hey, man, I love Mark. I love Coach. I just didn't know no better.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and like I said, I wish my parents would have been more, you know, savvy as far as that. But they didn't know any better.
Yeah, because it was,
you know what I'm saying? And they're believing that, you know, he has your best interest at all times.
Yeah.
And even when it may go against whatever his plans is for somebody else.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Because I heard that it was Iowa and Maryland with some of your top choices.
Yeah, definitely.
Man.
And I never went to visit him.
That's
so
crazy.
I would not know what could have happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you know, Mark always, he always says, you know, I don't go to Temple if it's not for Shoun. And I respect all of that.
Yeah.
But I don't think Temple was the best choice for me.
Yeah.
Not for what I brought to the table.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, we played UNLV one game, and I had a good game, and I was holding Larry Johnson. I got a picture of that, and I was, you know, and he was like, man, you should be over here with us, bro.
Damn.
Just from the defense, the bumping and the, you know, I'm strong. I was, you know what I mean? And he was like, man, you should be over here with us.
Dang.
They didn't care about scoring and none of that. And it was, we gonna play D first.
Mm-hmm.
And that was always was sort of my love. Like, I enjoy playing D. Like, I loved it. I loved being able to slow somebody down, because you know you don't really stop people, but slow them down, make them wary of me. Hey, where that dude at? Where number 21 at? Where he at? Okay, there you go. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
And I tried to take that on into college because my offensive game was so far behind. You know, I said, well, let me do what I know how to do.
Yeah.
I know how to play D.
Yep.
I don't know nothing else. I'm gonna play D. So that's, you know, that in itself was a learning lesson for me, though, man. That understanding that people could still love you, but not always have your best interest.
Yeah. That's
because I never say Coach didn't love me.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I want to think he loved me.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I want to think he still loves me.
Yeah.
So I would never say he didn't love me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that maybe even him, and let's be real, because you had, I don't know who he had before Archie and Steve, but me and Mark was really his, unless I'm mistaken, his really first marquee. These dudes can go anywhere they want to, people.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah.
So maybe he didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe this was new to him. And maybe he's going to get, I'm going to go on, I'm getting on, what is called Blue Virgin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting on SpaceX. You know what I mean? I'm rocking out with Blue Virgin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They done made more trips. You know what I mean? They got more glitter and glam. You know what I mean? And SpaceX, hell no. I was SpaceX.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to put this into him.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But as a man looking back, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hey, man, we're putting a lot of, you know, time and effort into, because we did it all together. So let's be real here. I mean, let's talk. So, you know, we'd be in the gym. You know, he got me and Mark going 1-on-1. Shit, my first instinct is to go back him down.
Mm-hmm.
No, Shoun, let's work on giving you an outside game. Let's work on that.
Yeah.
Let's work on that. Let's work on developing your ball handling skills. Let's work on developing your how you see the court. You know, your passes and everything. Let's work on that. You know, that's all we're gonna work on. That's it. I got none of that. I'm still posting up and knowing that next year that's not going to be my life.
Right.
You know, and I'm not blaming nobody, but because at the same time, what I've noticed in life, if it's meant for you, you're going to get it. So maybe that wasn't meant for me. That's probably my dream, what I hoped for, what I prayed for, but it wasn't meant for me. So now you have to readjust in life. Okay, you know what? Bob and weave. You know what I mean? But I wish I would have been given the whole 100% opportunity. I think I would, in my heart, I feel like I was given an 80% chance. Most people can make it with an 80% chance. Most people can. You know what I mean? So I'm by no means am I belittling that.
No.
I believe I was prepared. I believe he got me prepared 80% of the way.
Okay.
That 20% was that summer in the gym.
Man.
Just working on whatever skills I may need to get to the next level.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
You know,
so
the opportunity.
That summer that you was put out, it was because he thought you was doing something wrong or something?
I have no idea. I've heard several reasons why, but I to be real, I don't know. So everything I would say would be speculation. You know what I mean? I heard it was about me and Tasha, and then I heard it was about you know, Mark said some stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm not going to say for certain because I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm too old to be making enemies.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm too old to be having people mad at me for something I said said on here. But I got to speak my truth as well. You know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
in speaking my truth, some people, you know, feelings may be hurt. Some people may feel like, you know, hey, man, 80% chance, you should have made the most of that. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure people feel that way.
But I think
at the
80%
same
now, I think 80% now is easier than 80% back then. You know, it was realer, like we talked about earlier with basketball. Back then, basketball was something different.
It was
like you
much
said,
different.
You had to be a monster.
Yeah, you had to be a monster. That's
Today,
like now, though, when you look at anything now, social media has made it so easy, bro, for people to, I want to be a social influencer. Oh, I want to be this. Oh, and they're making money off of this.
Yeah.
And then back in the day, if you were a singer or a musician, you had to be real.
You had to be real.
You had to know how to play that instrument. You had to know how to hold them notes. Yep. Now, bro, and not only that, because you could have the talent and never be discovered.
Never be discovered. You're right.
How many people had the talent and were
Man,
never discovered, bro?
yeah,
Never
that's so true.
discovered. So
That is
now
true.
it's much easier. It's much easier to put yourself on the map, to get
Mhm.
yourself on the map because of we technology. We supposed to have grown. I'm not a fan of AI at all. I mean, I know a lot of people love it.
Mhm.
I think it's freakish.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's scary to me, brother.
Yeah,
And
for real.
hey, that's being born in '69, man.
Yeah.
So
No.
you know what I mean. So
Yep.
I want to take the time out though right now and say
Mhm. Yes.
thank you, brother.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
we don't bring up names,
Mhm.
but I've been wanting to speak on
Mm.
certain situations and just not had the opportunity.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity. I want to
Oh.
thank you for
Mm.
still thinking that hey, this old dude is relevant. It
Oh yeah.
means a lot, man. Like
Sure.
not being home, I don't know the love that I may or may not get. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Here I get, oh, you played, oh, you look from, oh, you played at Temple. Huh? Every,
Mhm.
you know, but home I could imagine, so I gotta come home. I gotta make
Yeah.
it, and I still call it home. My
Yeah.
wife be like, well, you've been here longer than you was there, because now shoot, I've been here since '87. So what's that?
Yeah.
30?
Oh
Yeah.
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 Wow.
So, she's like, well, you're not, you really from Philly. No, baby, no.
Oh. No,
No,
I'm from
I'm from
Saginaw.
Saginaw. And
You ain't get the
then, then she get mad at me. She be like,
top.
oh, there you go with that Saginaw shit. Then it come right out. Oh, you doing that Saginaw shit. So
Oh.
it's I just want to say thank you, brother.
Oh man.
This
It's fun.
weird tablet, I don't know what they charging. I'm on like 8%, so it's great cut off for me.
Okay.
But I just want to say thank you, man. And I
Hey.
am open, bruh. We can have a forum if you can get me and Coach on at the same time. Maybe me, Coach, making, you know what I mean? Because then
Mm.
maybe we can hash it out.
Yeah.
And it's not an issue, but
Mhm.
there is feelings, if you can
Feelings. That's right.
understand what I'm saying.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's no
No,
issues.
oh
No,
yeah.
everything's good. I see him, I'm gonna hug him,
Oh
I
yeah.
love him, but it's feelings though, you
Yeah.
know. Because
Yep.
just and not even Mark. I have
Mhm.
nothing with Mark. I love Mark to death. Coach, if you can get me a coach on here,
Okay.
because I think sometimes it's so easy for me to sit here and spew my side. And then it'd be
Yeah.
easy for him to sit there and spew
And
his
do
side.
his. That's
But if
right.
we're sitting here as men,
Together. That's right.
I'm on one side, you on the other side, brother. You get to speak
Mhm.
your truth. I get to speak my truth. And then hopefully from that,
Yeah.
maybe I can get some answers,
Yeah.
because to
And
be 55 and still wondering back to them days,
mm,
like, hey, what the hell happened? It's not a
yeah.
good feeling.
Yeah.
So
And you need that, man, to get your
yeah,
clarity and
you
your
need that clarity.
confirmation.
Yes, you do.
You need that.
And that
Yes.
closure, brother.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I
need
mean?
it.
Even if he say, hey, man, listen, at the time I was limited in what I knew how to do. So
Mhm.
I was only able to pour it into one of y'all.
Mm.
So I chose
Wow.
this side. I'd be
Yeah.
cool with that because
Mhm.
then it's an explanation.
That's right.
But to not know why, you know,
Mm.
I'm not allowed in our gym. We built this
Mm.
gym.
Yeah.
How am I not allowed in the gym that I helped build, man?
That's right.
That would be like telling Damon Lowry and Eddie Rogers and
Mm.
y'all can't come in this gym. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh? What do
It's
you mean
unheard
we
of.
can't come in this gym? The gym we built?
Mhm.
You tell Archie he can't come in the gym? Never. You'll
Mm.
tell Steve Coleman he can't come in the gym? Never.
Mm.
Never.
Yeah.
So that
And you
hurt,
need
man. Because
yeah,
all
you
I know
need
is
that.
what I saw. I saw the love you have for them cats. I saw the
Mm.
love you have for these dudes.
True.
So I was expecting the same thing, man.
That's
Even
right.
if even if I was hard headed with mine, even if I
That's right.
needed a little bit of extra time, I'm not going to say I didn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
But even if that's how you felt about me, man, pull me in.
Let you know.
Yo, man, because you know everything that I done put into this. You watch me every day. You watch me grow from the little skinny dude coming into the. Come on, man. You watch this.
That's true.
You saw all the effort. You saw everything, man.
Wow.
So all why? Why wasn't I allowed in the gym? And you know, some people maybe, and it still probably would have ended up the way that it was, but I don't know. And that's the hardest part, Kev. Yeah. I think that 1 year in the gym of hustling, busting my behind, just working on the skills that I needed would have gave me that little extra confidence. Because I went in there without the confidence, brother.
Damn.
And you can't play this game without confidence. You know what I mean?
Shoun.
You can't do anything in life without confidence.
That's right.
You got to have confidence in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You got to know. But that comes from also, since I've grown, a support group.
That's right.
You need a support group. We all do. I mean, let's just be honest here.
Because if you don't have it, man, one, it mentally breaks you down, physically breaks you down, you know, and then like you said, you start letting doubt come in, and then you're right.
And then then the next thing is survival. Because that's the most important thing we know. Survival.
That's right.
Okay, what I got to do to survive, how I got to maneuver.
That's right.
It's simple, man. It's like you can't take away somebody's confidence and somebody's belief and just send them out there. Don't happen.
Yeah.
It don't work. Man. You know, it don't work, man. It don't work. You gotta, if you pouring into that person, you can't decide, okay, I'm gonna pour into him till he's 17 and a half, and then after that, I ain't got nothing for him.
Nah,
like I would show up to practice and just go through the motions, man. It wasn't there, man. I felt like, and it's gonna sound weird to a lot of people, but to me, it happened right after Chris Coles hit that shot. I watch that tape all the time. I watch everybody jump around, everybody showing everybody love. I needed that validation. I didn't know I needed it, but I needed that validation.
Wow.
And this gonna sound jealous. This is. But when I watch that tape, the first person I see Coach hug is Mark.
He wasn't even playing.
He didn't even play. I mentioned that to Coach. He was like, "Oh man, well, you know, I fainted and I was out of it and I didn't know what was happening." Bruh, go ahead with that, man. I love you, but you can miss me with that, man.
Yeah.
Because you found him. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I know that sounds jealous, bruh. I know it does.
People would,
but as a 17-year-old kid, man,
especially you just played the game of your life out there,
right? We just accomplished something, and we just accomplished something that even with Mark, we weren't able to accomplish. Without him, we accomplished it. Listen, I was needy as a kid. So I needed that love. I needed that hug. I needed that. Yes, I knew you could do it.
And never got it.
You know what gave it to me? Regina Drain and Regina Drain's mama.
Wow.
I'm gonna be very honest. Miss Robinson, yo, when I tell you, showed me so much. She had me thinking, man, I can go in the damn ring with a bear, man. She was, I'm being honest, dude. Like, people don't know this. Regina don't know it. Chantel know it. But I'm being honest, dude. She poured so much in. She poured a lot into me. When I decided to go to Temple, she was like, why would you do that? She was the only one that said, why would you do that? You ain't visit nobody else. You ain't go nowhere else. She's like, what is Temple? I said, who the hell is that? I'm being real. Curtis killed me. Killed me.
Dang.
You going to Temple? You don't even know nothing about him. Why you gonna go to Temple? Yada yada yada. Yeah, them the Dre. I'm gonna be. Listen, bro. People don't know that.
That's something.
Yeah, that's.
Dang.
I'm being real. They pushed me a lot, bro. Showed me a lot of love.
Wow.
A lot of love.
Man.
A lot of love. And that's real. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
Looking back, matter of fact, looking back, after that state championship, they showed me more love than anybody. Anybody.
Dang.
Even my, some of my teammates, some of my people I played with, they just, she knew what she was doing, and she knew how to show you support. And she showed me a lot of love and support.
Dang.
And I'm walking around like, damn, I just won a state championship and I ain't getting no love.
That's crazy.
I was getting, you know what I was getting? I can't believe y'all did it. I can't believe y'all did it without Mark. Not damn, I'm glad y'all did it, or congratulations, you did it.
Yeah.
I'm getting everywhere. I can't believe y'all did it without Mark.
That's
like,
crazy. That's crazy.
I'm like, damn. So what should have been the happiest,
most
joyous time of my life was a mixed bag.
Yeah.
I knew what I had accomplished.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But I'm wondering why nobody else seemed to have known what I have accomplished.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is our first state championship.
Yeah. And to go through, like you said, who you went through the day before.
Right. To get through Derek Coleman them, not even beat you, but to get through Derek them without Mark, because that was supposed to be the big showdown. Mark versus Derek.
Yep.
Mark versus Derek was the hype. Like, let's be real here. They was the two best, let's be honest. Two best players in the state of Michigan, hands down. Mark versus Derek. I mean, everybody, I don't even know if Steedham was around then, but I know the big oh my God, Doug. I can't think of his name. He ended up going to Missouri. I know he was in like the top 3 or something like that. But Mark and Derek was it, man. So, But like I said, man, my phone, this dang tablet is about to die, brother. So I sincerely apologize. Maybe we could do a round 2, man.
Hey,
I am available. I enjoyed this. Thank you for the opportunity, man.
Man,
it means so much to me, bro. You almost, matter of fact, when you called me, you almost had tears in my eyes, man.
What?
Because your sincereness, dude, like your sincereness goes a long way, man. That's why it's easy to talk to you, man, because you're sincere. You're just an honest dude, and that means a lot, man.
And that's what I pour to be, because I grew up watching y'all, and a lot of people get on me because they say, man, you spend a lot of time when you talk sports with BV people. That's what I am. Even a couple of weeks ago, I asked some guys asked me who my top 5 was in Saginaw, and 4 of the 5 was BV guys. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's no disrespect to the rest of them, because there's some greats out here from Saginaw. We the Mecca in my eyes of Michigan, but BV is my home. You guys, I watch y'all from Clayton, Ricker, BV.
There you go. Right. Exactly.
And even before we get out of here, I never heard of Temple until y'all. You know what I'm saying? Never knew that. We knew Philadelphia, Bill Cosby, but I never knew Temple.
Never knew Temple. Right. Exactly.
And just so you will know, man, like I said, you got a lot of love here. And the cool part, I didn't even get on the questions that people asked me to ask you, because I wanted this to be about you and your work.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I hope
I gotta shout my cousin Carlos out, man. If I don't shout, you know that too. If I don't shout Carlos out, man, he go. But he's my liaison to Saginaw. I talk to him, man. He lets me know everything that's going on. More than even I talk to my own children. I talk to him, and that's that's my cousin, man. I love him, man. I don't think he know how much I love him, man.
That's cool.
He is. Yeah, he was one of them too, man. That built me up, man. That put a lot of lot into me, man. So I want to say I love you, Carlos, man, and thanks, man, for everything
Hey,
you done did, bro. Because
and
it wouldn't be right if I would say that to my
no, you
cuz.
got to, because he the one that made this happen by getting me the number to reach out to you. For real.
Exactly, man.
So, and when you do come home, bro, go to the BV Center. They got all your stuff in there, man.
Stop it, man.
Oh, yeah, Ferris did a great job getting that stuff. So you're gonna see the banners, trophies. It's at the BV Center, bro.
Oh, so you ready to make me come home, man? 'Cause I got to show
Man,
my wife because all she knows is
yeah.
Temple.
No, yeah, you gotta bring her. You gotta bring her, man.
Yeah, so I
And
got to bring her, bro. But yo,
and
thank you for this opportunity, man. And I
yes,
love you, man.
man,
I
love you
love you,
too, big
brother.
bro. And one
Yeah.
last thing, I'm gonna find out who in charge of this Saginaw Hall of Fame thing, because you should be there.
Yeah, I
And
think so too,
they
brother. But
you
thank you.
know, yeah,
Yeah.
well, most definitely, you got to be there, man. So,
Yeah.
brother, I appreciate you, Shoun. I know you're a busy guy, but like we said, we can round it up. But I'm gonna try to make that other thing happen we talked about.
Please
And
do, brother. Just reach
yeah,
out and see what happens, man.
yeah,
You
all
know
they
what I
can
mean?
say
Because
is
I'm
let
with it.
you know. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
and
definitely with it.
I will definitely let you know. And bro, I salute you. I respect you and appreciate this time to get Shoun Randolph to speak his own words, bro, on the
All
More
right.
Than the Coach podcast.
All
For
right.
real.
Thank you, brother. You
Yes,
have a
sir.
good
You
one,
have a
man.
blessed one. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out.
All right, good brother.
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, as y'all see, man, that's all love right there. Having the interview and being able to talk to Mr. Randolph, y'all. Shoun, as I know him from our days coming up in Buena Vista, and I hope everybody that watched this interview, you see the different side of him. You see his passion, his feelings, his pain. And one, we got to reach out to whoever is in charge, because that man should be in the Saginaw Hall of Fame for what he done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was a dream teamer, as you see, and you see once again 3 BV guys on the dream team with one of the Reeds, and I don't know who the guy is from Valley Lutheran, but he used to be a shooter. I can tell you that. Then he probably didn't see it, but I think that might have been that one he dunked backwards off of the rim, y'all. And then there go as well in front row. You got Shoun, you got Johnny Connick, another BV legend, and then there's Mr. Macon Mark, also with their Temple teammates. And then the classic right here, BV guys, man. Those warm-ups still was one of the best warm-ups I've seen in a long time. So I appreciate the time, the honor to spend with Shoun, and just to let him have his own words on the show tonight. So hope y'all enjoy it. Before we get out of here, though, I do want to say 2 other things I forgot to do today. Stay tuned for the new Passport Republic. Daryl Austin, P. Whip and Happy. What did it say? Something featuring C Note. There it is. His new song or album coming out. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. To my brother Daryl Austin, DA, congrats, my brother. Also, again, I want to say congratulations to Elijah and Kobe, 2 of my Bearcats that signed and committed to play football at Madonna University next year. That's the last 2 kids that I coach, y'all. That's going to college, man. It just, made my day to see that happen with their family. They all there, So proud of y'all guys, man. Appreciate it. And I'm going to get into our sponsor before we get out of here. Always got to give him a shot. But before I give him a shot and play his commercial, where we at with him? Because I know he has something I was supposed to post, and I probably didn't do it. There it is. Buena Vista Community Center High School and Youth Football Camp, May 3rd. Co-ed, grades 3 to 12. Y'all scan this picture, and y'all bring your kids out to the BV Center. I think that's the Cinco de Mayo weekend, but we're going to be out there with football. I get to get back into coaching football for a day and go and have fun with the kids. So y'all make sure y'all check that out, and y'all go and support DeAndre as well as his passion and dreams. It's kind of like what Shoun said, if you don't have nobody believing in you and nobody giving you that push, who knows what you can do. So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to play the commercial, then I'm going to be out. Until next week, I'll see y'all then. This your boy, Coach Marshall, from the More Than the Coach podcast. Peace. This episode is brought to you by Demon Proof, a brand built on resilience, grit, and simply finding a way. Whether you're an athlete, a regular person, or someone grinding in life's challenges, it's a mindset born from an idea. No matter what life throws at you, you can rise above and find a way to succeed. So check out the athletic gear and streetwear designed for those who hustle on and off the field. Plus, their mission is to empower communities through youth sports and camps, events, and partnerships that makes Demon Proof more than just a brand. It's a movement to inspire the next generation. Join the movement and visit dpe1.com. Use promo code M.T.A.C. for a 10% off your next order. And follow them on Instagram at demonproof_empire.
Step into the zone where we elevate minds. More than just a coach, we're breaking the bonds. Lessons to inspire and lift you off the ground. In the sound we redefine the way we're found. Tune in, turn it up, let the vibe explode. Knowledge drops heavy on this winding road. More than a coach, we're a force on the rise. Busting through limits, reach for the skies. Each episode a journey, take a leap with me. Building greatness together, we're born to be free. We're chasing the dream, seasoned with passion, we're more than a team.